Welcome to the Scots Boys Talking Games podcast. First episode, first episode. We've already done the pilot. Today, joining me, your host Dave, we have Paul,
Yo.
Big Paul. We also have Jack.
Big Paul.
Hello.
We have Jaden.
Oh, have I been unmuted? Just happening.
Shut up, Jaden. Right, okay. And we have Kieran.
Alright, boys, how's it going?
That delay.
And you just didn't unmute there.
Mate, I was saying it and then I realised I was on mute.
First things we're going to go over with the podcast to talk about, and especially in the first episode, just to kind of lay the ground with it, we're going to talk about the first console you had, the first game that you played, your all-time best game that you've played, and the worst game that you've played, along with your best gaming moment. We'll come back to the best gaming moment at the end once we've done a whip round of everyone's first console. So, Paul, coming to you first. Jaden, I swear to fuck, mute yourself. Right, yeah. Coming to Paul first. What was the first console you had, Paul?
To be honest, the first gaming console that I can really remember would be about PlayStation 2, probably.
Two Golden Age of games.
I played a lot of San Andreas on it, to be honest.
Oh, good old
San Andreas. Had a lot of childhood memories with that, so I would probably say that's also my first game I played, to be honest.
So
your mom and dad let you play
I
that?
can't really remember it. Aye. Wait, I wasn't.
To be fair, Jack does.
Paul had to get a fucking permission slip every time he played.
That's it.
My uncle caught me playing the San Andreas once and he pure grounded me.
Really?
Probably phoned my mum and grounded me.
Oh man. I know. Well, other than that, it's my first game would be WWE, I guess. I don't know, with Kieran.
WWE with Kieran.
Yes.
Actual smackdowns in the back garden when you put them through a table.
Aye, and the trampoline and stuff.
In real life, yes.
Oh, I remember I'd done that, man. I was so.
I put myself at a fucking table.
You ran onto the table at the end of my bed.
Aye.
That did happen, by the way. That was a real thing. WWE SmackDown was your first game then?
Probably. I think it would be Just Bring It. That's what it was called, wasn't it?
No idea. So what was your all-time best game? Best game that you've played?
Just Bring It.
Yeah, right.
My all-time best. Oh. I'm unprepared for that question, mate.
We have had 10 minutes prepared for this question, Paul.
10,
what the fuck?
10 minutes. I've been doing chores, Jack.
Doing chores and fucking whores.
My best game. Such a healing.
I'm not fucking
I don't know.
Yet again.
Tell you what, you can come back to me on that one.
Right. Okay. So what would you say is the worst game that you've played?
Worst game?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
In terms of just kind of game design, controls, overall aesthetic of it, just something that you just didn't like.
I don't know. It's a hard one because you get hundreds of shit games, but you also I want to choose a popular game that I thought was shit,
Popular game that you thought was shit.
and I think I would have to go for Skyrim, mate.
Oof. Now there's someone later down the line that's probably going to want to strangle you.
I know.
We'll get to that.
I take a break to prepare myself for water in here.
I knew it would come.
Yeah.
Nah, I just thought it's personally for me. I thought it was hard to get into. Like, I get why other people are into it. It's-
You
they're
can't really
interested
get
in that
the
kind of
idea.
stuff, but
yeah, it's such an open world, and there's not really. To be fair.
Yeah, no, it's not even just Skyrim. It's like Fallout as well. That's by Bethesda.
Fair enough.
It's also into it. That's what I mean.
So Paul, we'll come back to you on your best gaming moment, right? We'll come back to you once we've moved on. So the next person up, it's good old Jack.
Hello.
As you dare come in at my call and say hello. Right.
What I was meant to say?
Right. Jack. Real
Hello.
talk with me. What was the first console that you had?
The first console I can remember from my youngest days, a Game Boy Advance. I barely remember it. I remember only one game from it, but I do remember playing it briefly.
Fair enough. So that was Game Boy Advance and not Game Boy Color.
It was advanced. I specifically remember the design of it being like not in the original Game Boy shape. It was like shaped, and I'm sure if you look at Game Boy, you see what I mean. But
Unfortunately,
yeah, it was that.
as a podcast, we can't put up images, but yeah, I know what you mean. So yeah,
Look up.
the first game
Yeah.
that you played, that you properly played.
The first game I properly played, I actually have up. It was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the Game Boy Advanced.
A rather interesting title.
I don't know. You know what's sort of ironic about that?
You don't like Harry Potter?
I don't never watched the Harry Potter film, and I had the game. My own parents just give everyone likes Harry Potter. Just give them this. They never made me watch the films. I've never seen any of the films. I played the game.
My first entry into the whole Harry Potter thing genuinely came from the Lego game.
See, well, it wasn't the Lego game. I played that later on, but I remember it was just a Harry Potter game. I was so confused the whole time.
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on, but it was a Lego game, so it was just fun. So Jack,
Like, yeah,
the best game that you've played.
Persona 5 the Royale.
Persona 5 Royale, not just the base game.
The Royale is better. You haven't played it. I have.
I haven't played the Royale yet, no.
It's base game, but better.
Base game, but better. Okay.
I will literally talk about this for the whole podcast.
No,
I won't, but I won't.
Specific for that one, Jack. So.
I know, but yeah, it's just a turn-based JRPG that I really like. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, fair enough. It does have a great art style in it.
Yeah, it's turn-based RPG / slice of life, but it's very heavily anime as well. Explains a lot in itself, but
It works with the theme of it.
yeah, definitely.
Excluding potentially the obvious one, I don't know if you've played it, but what was the worst game you've played?
The worst game I played, I was actually thinking about it, and see, I was debating between like worst game, like genuinely, and like or a game that I just didn't get. I really had a bad time with. And honestly, I'd probably say that I'd have to go with actual like just physically the worst game. So I think I'd probably say it was what was it? Fucking oh yeah, I didn't like at all. What was it called? What's it called? Fuck, I forget the name of it. Shit. Oh no. City Skylines. I hate that.
You didn't like City Skylines?
That's the worst game. I hated it. I couldn't get the hang of it. I hated it. I think it's so funny to watch. I think it's the funniest
David's
game
getting his
to
fucking
watch.
pitchforks ready, man.
I
Yeah,
know. I think it's the funniest game to watch. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But I fucking hated playing it. I thought it was the most boring. I thought it was gonna be like The Sims, but it wasn't. It was fucking god awful.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean, I
just
got
couldn't get it.
into it real easy because I played a lot of like the Sim City games and things like that. Like
Mhm.
I absolutely love Sim City. So when City Skylines come along, it was this kind of 3D kind of. Well, I say 3D. They were 3D before, but it's proper like kind of real, like
Yeah.
alive kind of world.
By the way, that's just like kind of my own thing. This is a side note. Can I say probably the worst game of all time for me? Actually, now that I'm genuinely thinking about it, was Skylanders. But I'll tell you why. You had to put
yeah.
so much money into that game by buying the stupid goddamn figures. I made my parents waste so much money on that.
Yeah.
They're not
That
wrong, yeah.
is ridiculous.
I didn't. I always like never got understood that, man. Like I just never got to understood the concept of fucking Skylanders. Like it didn't make sense to me.
There was one story, wasn't there? There was something
Aye, there was one story, and you could buy wee figures to scan and put in the game. And oh my god, the amount of money they must have made from that. It's incredible.
it was a good idea, but
Was
like,
it not basically the same
fuck.
thing they did with like the like
They've done it with Lego
Battle Royale
Dimensions.
thing, like the Amiibo Battle Royale thing that was going on? You know, you can
What do you
buy
mean?
the
Oh, yeah.
Amiibo statues and have them fight like
Yeah, that was for like originally for Smash Bros.
Yeah.
You had like amiibo fighters you could train against.
yeah.
Similar thing. Basically, this is the second version of Toys to Life fun games.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah, they've done it for a Lego Dimensions thing, because
Aye, well.
did it all the time.
Yeah, you're right, they did.
Toys to
Yeah,
Life
but
is probably a whole fucking podcast, to be
the
honest.
Lego-
Yeah. Well,
With
obviously-
the Lego Dimensions, you had to like build the portal.
Mhm.
It's great. I could.
That was an interesting spin.
So that the worst game, we'll put it down to Skylanders.
Yeah, let's get to the calendars, yeah, because that's just bad. I think it was stupid.
Just bad. You heard it here, folks.
There you go. There you
We'll come
go.
back to you on your best game moment.
That's absolutely fine.
Next up, Jaden. Nah, I know you'll be. He's not unmuted himself yet.
I've muted. I thought you
There
hadn't.
we go. No. Right.
Jack started talking with City Skylines, so I started getting PTSD and decided to snap the candle.
Fair enough.
I shot that game.
So I know you're probably going to jump straight in here to the defense of Skyrim, potentially.
Oh, I want to leave that.
You want to leave that, right? Okay, we'll
Oh.
that.
I want to start talking about. First of all, I wasn't allowed to talk about the fucking. Jack said I wasn't allowed to talk about the
Atari.
Super Nintendo.
No, the Super Nintendo maybe, right, if you actually put in your childhood, but you're not talking about the Atari, Jaden. I'm not having that.
There's no set rules. Come
Right. But no, we'll just talk about the original Xbox, right?
Right.
Max Payne, Just Cause, Scooby-Doo, and the best game of all time, other than Skyrim, Grabbed by the Ghoulies.
I've never heard of that.
Grabbed by the Ghoulies is the best game I've ever played.
Hold on, let me straight up just get this up.
Grabbed. Oh, have you never heard of it? None of you.
I've never.
Jaden,
heard of this.
what the fuck is this game?
Grabbed by the Ghoulies.
What is this?
It
Oh,
sounds
the
pretty
second
fucking dodgy,
one.
I'm not going to lie.
You kill Medusa in it. You kill skeletons in it. The music track is amazing.
It's going for £9 on eBay.
That sounds like an old God of War, mate. I
By
just
the-
Grabbed by the
by the
Ghoulies.
looks of it, I think that if there's any sort of like, oh no, there's only on Xbox.
Ah.
Jesus. It's an action adventure beat 'em up.
I think I've seen this before.
It is the best game.
Who's it
other
made
than
by?
Skyrim.
Rare. It was made by Rare.
Oh, it
Yeah.
made
I
2000.
have never seen this.
Oh my god! I don't know. Someone's got to put it on
I've
YouTube.
seen
It
the
is
art
my
style.
favorite Xbox game ever. I've put. I wasn't into that
So
game.
Jaden coming out here with a really kind of just out of left field. I mean, I sure as hell wasn't fucking expecting something like this.
This game scared me, but I loved it.
So Jaden, on the
Yes,
flip side of that, your worst game that you have
ever.
Oh.
Apart from FIFA.
apart from
Hey, I like that answer.
Oh,
We're not taking like FIFA, Madden, Fallout 76, none of those ones. None of those are just objective.
Fortnite Battle Royale.
Is that the one? Is that what you're going for?
I love Fortnite.
There's no way you're going
All
Fortnite,
both
mate.
yous die.
But
No.
both it. What?
Friendly podcast.
Fortnite brought back so much. It's not
I
even
hate
just a game.
Fortnite.
It was just playing with your pals and having fun before it got all sweaty.
I never
Before it
killed
got
MD on
sweaty.
Fortnite. I've never like fucking properly killed MD in Fortnite.
Aye, but that's hella surprise, isn't it?
Why does
Oh,
It's just shite at it.
I know what my worst game ever is.
Right.
The Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah. So
Good answer. Good
Ah,
answer.
That I had so much hope. That was like all I could imagine about when playing Skyrim is, oh my god, what if I could play this online? And then it came out, it was about 90 fucking gig, or it was like 100 gig. I played it for less than 100 seconds. I genuinely played it for about 3 minutes and quit, uninstalled it.
it was garbage.
I cried myself to sleep that night.
That's how I felt about 76, to be honest with you.
It is the worst game I've ever.
That's a really good answer.
I was
Oh,
gonna say, I also heard bad reviews about Fallout 76.
Oh, awful.
No.
What's that on launch?
what are you talking about? But don't censor us, please.
Bethesda, fuck you!
See, the problem is, anytime
Oh.
we talk about bad games or anything like this, we end up talking about Fallout 76, and it just goes down a the same point that everybody's made. The game is
Exactly,
completely bankrupt, and it's bad. We don't need to say any more about it.
You're right. There's no more
Bad
said.
games, and not like FIFA or anything like that. That's straight up the same bad game every year. Like,
Exactly.
hit it with something else. So sadly, I've just hit this on Kieran's turn. So, Kieran,
Hello.
the first console that you had properly.
Mine was the same as Paul's, the PS2, but that was also kind of amalgamated with the DS, the Nintendo DS. So I always used to play that alongside playing the PS2.
So, the first game that you played, if you can remember that far back.
Oh,
What was it?
oh, 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 oh,
Probably Pro Evolution Soccer 5.
Die.
I remember.
We're a
I remember.
podcast.
I remember playing it with my cousins, and they just fucking gave the game to me. And ever since then, I just played it, and that's what kind of got me so engrossed into playing video games, football games, and just consoles in general.
Oh, fair enough. So, Kieran.
Yeah, why are you saying words like amalgamated and engrossed? Who do you think you are?
Because mate, I'm a Thistle fan, I know big words.
Shut up, Kieran. Right, Kieran. What was the best game that you've played in your time?
My best game? I mean, I'd probably again have to say it's 2010 FIFA World Cup South Africa. Right, this was when football was at its height. You know, all the great moments about football was pretty much in that World Cup. Right, that was before football became what it was. Whenever you click on, whenever you put that disc on, you play the game and the titles start running, and the game's starting to fucking start when you hear Waka Waka and waving flag and the vuvuzelas. That's when you know it's fucking
Honestly,
you know what I mean?
Iconic.
Aye,
It's so iconic.
The
Like,
2014 World Cup was better.
What?
The 2014 World Cup was
Was
better.
it?
Get out of here, mate.
Not the game, maybe, but the actual World Cup itself.
I don't think so.
The 2014 World Cup was the best World Cup ever.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, I could.
Right, yeah, this is us straying off topic again.
Yeah, it's going on after
Right.
football
I
podcast.
don't want to have to track the up on you guys, but like, you know.
I was just saying about gaming when Kieran, when you said Waka Waka, I thought you were going to say something about Pac-Man. I was like, how the fuck is that relate to FIFA?
I would play Pac-Man up front. I think he'd be a good centre forward.
I think it would be. Munch of football.
Kieran, FIFA World Cup was your best game.
Aye, South Africa, yeah.
So on the flip side of that, the worst game that you've played.
This might be a bit controversial, probably in Paul's part, but I've just kind of I had a game sorted, but then I looked and I've got it in my game shelf, my fucking disc shelf, and I've got to say WWE Legends of WrestleMania.
The worst one.
Yeah, that's probably one of the worst I've played. Genuinely, I just never get any joy playing it. I thought it was pretty hard actually. I don't know if that makes it a worse game, but I just personally didn't get any joy out of playing it. I remember the Royal Rumble. I just kept getting fucking shoved out every time. I just kept on getting eliminated. So I never gained any joy for fucking playing it.
I get where he's coming from. It was a hard game to play, but
and it had such a big hype built around it, and it was just I just didn't get any joy from it.
Fair enough.
I can see how he's put it worse though.
Yeah.
Like it did have all this hype because of the other wrestling games, and then
it's because it's nostalgia as well.
Skyrim Online.
So it was based around nostalgia because it featured like Hulk Hogan and fucking Andre the Giant, and Big Bam Bigelow.
Are you trying to diss the Hulk Hogan? Are you trying to diss Mr. Hulk Hogan himself?
Hogan is a dick.
What are you doing?
Aye,
brother?
racist. Anyway,
Right, okay.
Racist bastard.
Not that he's not, but also not that he is. You know, it's all liable. So, coming back to Paul then, for
What's that?
his best gaming moment. So the best moment you've had.
Oh, my best game moment? You've not even seen my best game, which coincides with my best gaming moment. I think I told you this the other day.
Right.
So, my best game, I think I've thought about it and I've said Modern Warfare 2 because of the amount of time I spent on it and how good the campaign was and the multiplayer together. I spent countless hours on multiplayer. It was brilliant. But the best moment is I hate to put it best moment because it's a sad moment also, but it's when Ghost and Roach die. And Shepard kills him.
Yeah.
Betrays him.
Yeah. That is.
It's so satisfying at the end of the campaign. That's just spoilers.
Yeah. It's.
Where
I don't
Where you
think
throw the
it's-
throwing knife in.
10-year-old game, spoiler. 10-year-old game.
10-year-old game.
Well, they just remastered the campaign,
I suppose.
but so
Yeah, no,
When you-
I can understand that.
Right.
That was,
and you throw the throwing knife right in his head at the end. It's just so
right into his eye,
satisfying.
wasn't it? It was into his eye, wasn't
Oh, I think so.
it?
It's such,
You get
such
what
an
I mean.
iconic moment, that betrayal, though. Like, you know, anyone that's played,
Massive.
it's everywhere. Like, everybody remembers that.
Aye.
So your best gaming moment is that one bit where you know, because it's so unexpected that you actually, like, you know, betray you
Aye.
that way.
I was close from. See, I'm a big Call of Duty player, so
Yeah.
a lot of the time, a lot of my time was spent playing Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 2, so it was close between them.
Fair enough. Alright. Jack,
Yes.
your all-time best gaming moment.
My all-time best gaming moment. I was thinking about this, and I was going to say something about Breath of the Wild, but I'm actually going to stick to, again, similar to Paul, stick with my favourite game, Persona 5. 5 and R, same moment in both of them. But basically, again, I doubt people would know what it is to play it, but essentially it was just the ending of the game, and everyone coming together. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, Dave, you play Persona 5.
Yeah.
The ending of the game where you fight the god, and everyone comes together, and you basically unlock your final persona, Satanaya, and just everyone comes into play. It's really good, and you see all your characters you've made from friends over the course of the game. That, to me, was just a phenomenal moment, and the fight itself was a really fucking hard fight, honestly. You play it on a hard mode especially, first time. But that was a fucking excellent. I love the Persona games to death. I played 4, I'm playing for free, but the moment by far was just the end of the game and the final battle, definitely. By the way, changing my kind of changing already. See my most hated game. I'm changing it to Star Wars Battlefront 2.
What, as in like the new one?
Yeah, the Battlefront 2. Yeah.
The new one?
Yeah, because I had the whole when the game came out, they unlocked everyone behind a paywall.
No, I get that. When it first came out, I would say it was one of the worst.
Yeah, I'm talking when it first came out. Now it's okay. But when it first came out, that was the worst game for me. I hated that game because of the paywall.
It was bad, but they progressively made it.
It got better. It's fine now. It's fine. I haven't played it in like 2 years, but like they've probably done a better job than Bethesda's done with Fallout 76.
Here we go again.
Recently went on a run. I recently went on a run playing it, so.
Oh, fair enough. It's probably fine now. Probably it's fine now. I just hated when it came out. It was shocking. But anyway, favorite moment. Persona 5R. Ending.
Jaden, your all-time best gaming moment?
See, I think if I had more time to think about it and if I proper thought about it, I'd probably choose something different, and it'd probably be something from Assassin's Creed. But the first thing that came to my mind when you mentioned best gaming moment was from Rise, Son of Rome, because
Rise, Son of Rome.
That is a game that no one I know seemed to like.
It was the first Xbox One game, launch game.
It was.
I
It was
genuinely loved it.
right. Like it was.
I
Did you? There was. It's like it seemed like it was a kind of a copy. There was like a Gladiator game before that, and it was like a similar kind of style of thing.
I don't know. I genuinely loved it, and it's at the end. It's the fucking ending of it, where you push the guy into the pure statue and he impales him with a big statue and the sword and whatever. I genuinely loved that. Only because because most of the games I've played have been like FIFA and COD, and hardly ever played like story mode games, and that's one of the ones I've played that I've genuinely fucking loved. And everyone I know seemed to hate it, but I fucking loved that game, and I loved that ending.
Fair enough. That's interesting, but like I'm the exact opposite with you, and I've played like mostly single players, and I kind of usually nowadays I keep to single player games like for the story, and I'm like rarely on multiplayer games. That's interesting.
Most of the games I've played, especially even when I've played a story game, it's not kind of been for the story. I've not like a game by its story.
That's fair.
It's genuinely just kind of been how much I've enjoyed playing it. I hardly ever watch cutscenes as well. Even when I do play games, I skip every fucking cutscene, don't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. I'll kill somebody and be like, wait, who's this? It'll be like the most important character in the game.
one of those ones.
But
Thinking you've
the Engine of Rise, fucking loved.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, Kieran.
Hello,
Mr.
hello.
FIFA himself.
Mr. EA Stan.
EA
Huh.
Sports.
Why?
It's in our game. What is your best gaming moment?
Well, I'm gonna go for two, right? I'm gonna go for one that's kind of a personal story that's kind of
Cheating
just something
bastard.
that pure resonates with me, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna go for one that's it's
Dude,
just sort of a general just kind of game. So the personal moment is probably going to be it's something that me and Paul in particular still kind of laugh to this day. It's Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Right? I don't know if it was a campaign as such. I think it was like a co-op sort of campaign. I can't remember exactly what it
The
was called.
Special Ops.
Special Ops.
I know what
yes.
he's going to say.
And we were.
That was exactly that. Special Ops, it was that!
Aye. Maybe I should just tell a story, Paul. No.
come on.
It was on the Xbox 360 and I had them down at mine. And it was the one with the ducks in the snow.
Oh,
And I was shite scared of the fucking ducks. So a duck came towards me, I fucking flew a flashbang and I shot it. Screamed and everything. Like properly fucking wailed. It's just something it's just always something fucking it's always fucking resonated. You had to be there, boys, you had to be there.
It was a proper girl scream as well.
Aye.
So that's what made it better.
Kieran does.
Aye, I still do, aye.
Aye.
19 years on. Aye. That's probably my personal one. And then the general one, I guess it's probably something to do with me, but like FIFA 14. Like just that whole soundtrack and that for me personally as well, and probably you as well, Thistle winning the game. That was the first game that Thistle had been in.
Aye.
But we were in that was the season we got promotion to the Premier League. It was the first season of the Premier League, and like playing doing a career mode on Thistle was just fucking unreal.
Right.
You got to play with fucking Crystal and fucking all that shit, and it was generally just amazing. The soundtrack was good. Ultimate Team was good. Just everything about FIFA 14 was just brilliant. Now it's a bit of a shithole, but yep, that's what I would go for.
Alright, fair enough. Some good moments we've got.
Dave, do you want me to ask what your favourite moments were? And just questions, because I don't think you've answered any yet.
By all means.
Yeah, I would be interested.
I will ask you, since I am now the host of this podcast.
Wow.
Damn, I didn't really
I'm kidding, no,
smooth.
fuck that.
He just took it all.
I like that.
It's just
Anyway, right. No, just really good answer the questions. Dave, what was the first console you had?
First console I had, like that was properly mine, would have been my original DS.
Original DS, that's fair. I think we all probably all had one of them as well.
It was the first proper console that was like mine.
Fair enough.
Which is why I have a lot of attachment to that. I still have it. It still works. I actually do still play it from time to time.
Nice.
I will not lie and say that I have, been still playing Animal Crossing for the DS because I don't. And I put some work into that time when I was younger, and it's still.
The Animal Crossing great. The Animal Crossing is pretty fun, but
great.
It's great. Another great game. But anyway, first game you played.
The first game I played, Command and Conquer 2, Red Alert 2.
That explains so much.
It really does. I
don't think anyone else knows what the game genre is. Well, maybe I'm wrong, but I know what that is. Strategy.
It was a real.
What's that, Command and Conquer?
Yeah, it was a real-time strategy game with a heavy metal soundtrack. Kind of rock and roll heavy metal soundtrack, and boy did I love it, and boy do I still love it.
Good. That sounds sick.
It's not a great story game. It's not even a great gameplay game. But something about just having rip-roaring guitar chords shredded in the background as you turn the Eiffel Tower into a giant Tesla coil is just like an absolute memory that I'll never forget. So that was the first game I ever played. The first game I ever played completely through, the whole way through, was actually Halo Reach.
Ah, good choice.
That was the first game that I ever sat down and properly ran through in a day.
We recently played that. We recently
played that, and I never really said much about it, but I always loved replaying Halo Reach purely because I can remember literally on my birthday playing that and just sitting on the floor in the living room and just absolutely bossing through that. and it's something I've never been able to replicate ever.
Did you play it on the PC, like the Master Chief Collection?
Yeah, we've got
Yeah.
the Master Chief Collection. We're going through it, and we're
I thought it was quite
we're
good
on
then.
Halo 1 now.
Yeah, we're on Halo 1 now, Combat Evolved.
Oh,
Well,
really?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a good run through because I absolutely love the Halo games.
I enjoyed it on the PC, to be honest, on
Yeah.
keyboard and mouse
It's
as
fun.
well.
It's weird, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, it was
kind
so
of,
weird.
The recollection of like playing it with the old Xbox 360 controller.
Going back to it and knowing like all the wee tactics.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
It's wild. It's wild.
How
What?
long did it take us to actually figure out what the button and do flips in the Banshees was?
Oh my god, don't even talk about that. It was so long. I had every keyboard mouse like button. Like, what the hell does it?
We still don't know what the button to switch grenades is, so we just
It's
had to
F.
keep-
It's F.
Oh, no, that was to throw the grenade.
Oh no, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't know how to switch grenades.
If you wanted the plasma grenade, you had to throw both your frags so you could throw.
Yeah,
Because the two of us
Ah.
didn't know. Oh,
it was weird. It was weird.
yeah, it has been some experience. Like
It's weird. But anyway, that might coincide with your next question then. Your best game.
my best game of that I've ever really done is technically a tie, which is kind of annoying.
I know what you might say, but you go on.
Metro 2033
Oh, a good answer.
and World at War.
Well, that's fair enough. Yeah.
Well, World at War was like the first proper Call of Duty game I played, and I
Yeah.
have so much love for that fucking Banzai Bridge level because purely just because it was like the only one that I was always playing because I think it was like second on the startup screen, so I was just always like, yeah, fuck it, I'll play that one. And it was like every lobby I joined always had that. Metro 2033 is purely because I actually think it was pretty groundbreaking for like when it came out in terms of like atmosphere and things like that.
I was really sure. I remember playing it.
And I'd never read too much into it. I didn't know much about the game, but just something about something that I've always tried to get from Fallout. Whenever you come out into the wasteland and it's like the sunshine in your eyes, so you can't see anything, and then it kind of fades away to show you the kind of ruined side of the city. Nothing beats that bit from Metro 2033 when you first come out. Like, when you literally first come out with Khan, I think it is, and, like, the giant monster bats start attacking you. Like, that's... Oh, Jesus, I hated that level so much because I kept falling in the river.
Was that not like the first one of the first games to be like actually realistic reloading? So like if you shot one bullet and reloaded, you'd have to like basically throw the whole clip.
Threw the whole clip out.
Yeah,
So many bullets in my first run of that.
Same. I think everyone does. I think every person who was used to shooters who played that just lost so much ammo.
Because I recently went back and played, like, it's on Steam now, so I'm gonna get it, like the Metro Exodus. I'd played that, and
I want to play that. It's on my list.
It was good, but also mildly disappointing in ways we'll talk about in a completely different podcast. But
Fair enough.
fun to go back to that, sort of
That's
kind of idea.
I know what I mean. Classic shooters are just polished to perfection.
Well, it's like Metro is like a kind of open world, but at the same time, it's a railroad shooter. If you know what I mean, there's only one path you can like really go, which is forward. You can't really turn around and go back the way you came. So
Yeah, I know what I mean. That makes a lot of sense. What about if we're going from your best to your worst? This will be interesting. I'm actually curious to what I say here. What's your worst game?
Is also a bit of a tie.
Oh god.
I'll go with the least surprising one, which is PUBG. I hated PUBG.
That makes sense.
It was. I liked the idea of it initially purely because it looked drama.
First battle royale game.
Yeah.
First idea of it.
Yeah. So I kind of went with that, but I never enjoyed playing it. But a lot of my.
That's why you're a huge Fortnite fan, isn't that right, Dave? You love Fortnite now.
I hate Fortnite as well, and I hate what I will do is a Minecraft Hunger Games.
That was the first battle royale. That was the first battle royale Minecraft Hunger Games.
The other game, which is going to be a complete and utter surprise for you, but it makes sense when I tell you why. Subnautica.
Subnautica?
I hated Subnautica.
Interesting.
purely out of the fact that I have a genuine fear of deep water.
No, what? No, I understand that. I completely get that because I don't have a huge, there's a little bit of fear. So like anytime I go in the water, I'm like, please don't anyone touch it, please anyone touch the shower.
It was like I'd bought it because in 90% of the games I don't care because it's a video game. I will run up and punch a bear in the face if I can, purely like show dominance of the bear. But like I still like I bought Subnautica with the idea of like kind of challenging that sort of like idea. And it made it so much worse. It made it so much worse. I remember the first time I was attacked by the Leviathan, I was straight up just in deep open water. There was like nothing, and I see nothing, and then it just boom grabbed my little stingray or whatever it's called, and just utterly crushed it and killed me in one. And I was like, bro, like,
Jesus
I
Christ!
never even got to see it that time. I just straight died.
What? I still want to go. It's a fun game. It's a fun game.
I hate underwater games. Like anything. Like in Modern Warfare 3, you went underwater. Like there was a mission you went underwater, man. I just can't stand it. And Zelda, as well. I hate. It was the Twilight Princess.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
Where you
about.
had to wear like the steel boots and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Underwater Mario games are the worst ever.
Yeah,
Underwater what?
Oh, I hate that as well.
Underwater Mario games
With
are
the,
the
with
worst.
the big fish coming.
Oh no, actually, I'd argue see underwater Sonic levels with the fucking noise, dun 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 dun. What the
I
noise?
hate that.
You run out of noise. Oh, I did my tits in, but I underwater Mario and Sonic levels.
That gets you kind of scared.
That in the
What worked
Super
up?
Mario Galaxy one, there was one level in that which had water in it, and it was like it had like a contained ball of water, and you had to swim around this maze. No thanks.
I also hate rain.
It's so bad to control.
I hate rain in games also.
Interesting.
Everybody hates Minecraft rain. Like that's just
Oh, Minecraft rain.
Fair enough.
Minecraft rain.
But
I just hate rain in every game.
fair enough. I mean, I understand that to some extent, but to round it off, Dave, your best gaming moment anyway, just to for you to finish up your questions.
My all-time best gaming moment is from Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, where
Good choice.
I one of the things I always talk about with it, I love sailing the ship around. I love sailing
Yeah, you do talk about quite decent, but
I
yeah.
absolutely loved it. I genuinely think they missed a trick with actually making a goddamn pirate game. Pirating and it's like the sailing the ships in Assassin's Creed, goddamn it, it's awful. Keep them separate. I always did it for a bit, but what the hell, Odyssey and the one before that, you put boats back in. It doesn't work. Like I don't want to have to do naval combat in my Assassin's Creed game, but I love playing Assassin's Creed just as a pirate. Like I ignored the whole story mission, and I just upgrade my ship. The minute I got to the ship, that's it. And the best gaming moment is me going way out into the super high level area when I still had like no upgrades for the ship, and coming across this giant man of war. And this was back when like the companion app was out, right? So you could put things into your fleet and do the little side missions with it. I came across this man of war that was like beached on like I glitched out onto an island, and I just climbed up on it, killed the crew, and then just boarded it and stole it. And I was so goddamn happy because I'd got this free ship that could do all of the stuff that I needed to do at that point. And it was just it made my whole thing. And I actually still remember the name of the goddamn ship that I stole purely because of it.
See how you were talking about how you like the ship mechanics and stuff?
Yeah.
And you said you wished they were making a game?
Yeah.
They are making a game?
They are making a game. Well,
yeah, I can't remember what it's called. I'm just waiting to go see.
Is that the new one that coming out from like the Vikings?
Skull and Bones it's called.
Alright.
Fresh. I don't know if it's Ubisoft or EA actually.
Ubisoft always made the games, isn't it?
Yeah, Ubisoft. It's Ubisoft. Ubisoft's making a pirate ship game. Similar to Black Flag. It's called Skull and Bones.
Right.
Oh no, I've heard about that.
You might be proper in it.
The release date's March 2021, but
March 2021 for that.
Yeah,
that's the initial release date. But again, I don't know if that.
It looks interesting.
Alright, okay, we'll look at
the Crisis, but
maybe we'll be streaming that when it comes out.
God,
definitely. I really like that because I'm proper into my pirates and
that was the thing I liked playing, like things like was it Black Wake and Sea of
I
Thieves,
downloaded that.
because they were pretty similar, and it was just like that ability to just gallivant about with your friends and just randomly raid folk. It was great fun.
I love Sea of Thieves. It's good. I tried Black Wake for like 2 seconds, and I just
Yeah, it's a Black Wake's an annoying one because sometimes it's really,
Mhm.
really good fun, and other times you're just like, yeah, it's not even worth it.
Aye.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that rounds off your questions anyway. So
Anything.
that's all the questions anyway. So we'll probably just chat about old nostalgic stuff now. Everyone can if you want to.
So the old Animal Crossings on the DS that I'm still playing.
Oh God, no, not actually. So I want to actually ask. Well, someone you should probably ask everyone, Dave.
Yeah.
Should ask. What was our most played childhood game? That's a question I
Oh
thought
yeah,
of.
yeah, true,
Oh.
very true. Your most played childhood game. Mine's gonna come as a surprise.
Start with Kieran this time. Start with Kieran this
I
time.
don't. Jaden never said his best game yet.
Oh no, he did it. Oh shit, yeah, did I not say
You know
that?
what's his best game?
Oh,
No.
can I start my defence on Skyrim now?
Aye, go for it, dude.
Right.
Go for it, Jake.
All in particular, Skyrim is without a doubt the best game ever. Fuck you for ever thinking different.
Split Splash, your opinion is true.
One, no,
Oh,
it's
God.
just an opinion, Dave. It's a
Yes.
fact. One, I
Yeah.
have spent hundreds of hours on that game in the last 9 years. Still not completed it. There was quests I still didn't even know existed because there was fucking thousands of them. Genuinely, I've played that game about 100 different times. I don't think I've played it the same once. Just because there's so many different characters and playstyles, the best playstyle is to go about punching everything. That is just the best. You know how fucking amazing it does to it feels to punch a cave there to death.
Yeah,
Just
no,
punch
yeah, I
a
can
cave
get that.
there to death.
What the fuck?
Or the best thing is no, because you get the punching one. Then whenever you find a guy who's too hard, you need to get him by a cliff and then shout him off.
Nah, yeah.
Um,
The old shout off a cliff strap.
No, but there's so many different. I think there's like 10 races before you even fucking start the game.
Mm.
It's the way that you don't actually have to do the main quest at all. You know, you can become like the leader of the fucking Thieves Guild and the College Archmage and do all the Dark Brotherhood. You can complete a whole fucking civil war before you do the first main mission.
Aye.
It is genuinely ridiculous.
Probably one of the first biggest, one of the first best open world games, generally.
I think the next Elder Scrolls, whenever it comes out, it should be soon, definitely can be like the best.
Bethesda showed like, I think it was like last E3, they showed like, they showed like Elder Scrolls 6 and like a very wide shot of the land of the game, but that was it. It's all they've showed. They've said it's coming.
Do you know what? I like that better because see, every time someone comes out and promises you this huge, ridiculous game, and not just Bethesda, and it's not just the one we're talking like we all know about. It always seems to be they come out and they tell you all of this, and it's never like that. So by just showing you like small clippets of the game, being like, it's there is something here. That I think builds far more excitement than. Big Todd the Bod Howard standing up there being like, bro, we done fuck up again. And you're just like,
Yeah. See, every time there's excitement over a game and there's all these trailers, by the time the game comes out, I genuinely never feel compelled to play it because I've seen so much stuff about it.
Yeah.
That's
Same with films.
But, like, I think especially the thing I'm most excited for in the next Elder Scrolls is kind of like the graphics. Because the graphics in fucking Skyrim are shit. But at the same time, the landscape is fucking gorgeous. Genuinely, it's just, stare at it for hours. Gorgeous. I would marry it.
one question I have to have, right, and this might be a good one, is, like, what game have you played that you wish they'd made another one in the series, but they never ever did?
Ooh.
Like, for whatever reason, the studio just kind of left it. EA bought them over and crushed them.
Half-Life 3.
Not Half-Life 3. Yes, we all wished it Half-Life 3, but it was confirmed, so we don't need to worry about that.
I've got mine. Skate. I want Skate 4.
Skate 4. No, that's
I want Skate 4.
That's a very good one, actually. It's a very good one. What about you, Kieran? What do you think? What game would you really want coming out that's never been made? Can't speak for what I got them follow you.
Wait, what was that again? Sorry, what was the question?
Oh, Kieran's not even listening.
No, I've been listening. I've just right. What was the
If you
question
had
again?
been listening, you would know the question. No, it
No,
was,
generally,
wait, what series of games did you wish they'd made another one, like another sequel or another one in the series, but they never ever did?
like, I mean, this is again going to be like purely FIFA talking, but like, don't know how I don't like the way the FIFA promoted the 2018 World Cup South Africa. It was the South Africa, the Russia World Cup in 2018.
Ah,
I think they could have made that a separate game.
aye,
So that's
Um,
aye.
I didn't like how it was just built in, and it was only like barely Ultimate Team you could do. I would have preferred that if they like, I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people don't buy discs. I mean, I do because I still live in the fucking 19th century. But like,
Kieran still buying
if-
cartridges
if
for his
it-
N64.
still buying
they still made
DVDs.
that. Aye, legit.
Hannah Montana the movie. Sorry.
Fucking fine. See, like, I think they should have just made that a separate game. I genuinely did not get the hype of the 20. I was like, yes, I'm going to get hype for this. This has got me hype for the previous World Cups, and I think they've done it Euro 2012 again, or at least that was a separate entity to the FIFA 12. But they could have done a lot better with the World Cup South
The 2014
Russia.
World Cup game mode was the best game mode FIFA has ever produced.
2010, mate.
It was
2010.
not bad. I like
It's
that.
definitely one of the worst. Because especially the thing with 2018 is you could genuinely have the best team in the game in about 20 minutes.
But that's what FIFA is now. That's what FIFA is. Like, I done like I was on Div 10. I was playing guys with fucking Neymar and Mbappe and shit. I was like, I've got fucking grey and silvers and shit.
The whole thing with FIFA, especially the World Cup, is the World Cup took away the pay to win aspect. You couldn't actually buy packs.
I like that.
Aye.
You could only buy packs with coins which you earned, which is why everyone was so excited for the 2018 one, because FIFA has always been pay to win, especially recently. So
Aye.
everyone thought this isn't going to be pay to win. But the problem is when they brought out the squad building challenges, you put in like a really shit team and you got an icon. So by genuinely about 4 days into the game, I had every single fucking icon in it. And it was boring. That's why it was shit. Because FIFA becomes so boring when you have the best team. Because there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
The whole point
It's also the gambling aspect that
when they
brings
made
in
the
as well.
2014 World Cup so
Aye, that's actually probably a
You-
huge argument for itself. Like whole gambling aspect of packs,
Yeah.
which is probably a different podcast episode as well.
It is addicting.
you played with players you never knew kind of existed. Because you had to. Because you couldn't buy players. You could only use the players you packed.
I do like that aspect.
So
Nah, it's a good idea.
FIFA 12, 13 and 14, like an Ultimate Team, you could get away with a fucking quality like Brazilian silver hybrid. Now you would get fucking pwned.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
The World Cup was different. Like, I remember during the 2014 World Cup, I packed Ronaldo, right? I was nowhere near as excited as I was when I packed Jordi Alba at left back, because I spent so long in that game without a left back. It was so fun not just going out and buying cards, using cards you never knew existed, using players you never really knew.
Aye.
The Twitch ruined it in 2018. If they made it a separate made it with 2014, it would have been amazing.
Aye.
Lazy.
There you go. That's why EA not do it anymore, because it will not make them as much money as they do now.
Right.
Yep.
I was Jaden's essentially.
That was
Aye.
the FIFA flash hour.
Yeah.
My view was still Skate 4.
That's good.
That's what
really
time
good
this podcast on now,
It's
boys.
also
See you
EA,
later. Good luck.
Now, continuing the EA thing, I actually was going to do a FIFA, but I was going to say like instead of Volta Football, it would be a FIFA Street 5.
Aye. No, I can get behind
Aye.
that.
Get its own game. The
There was
Volta
so
Football
much-
is so shit, man.
There was so much hype around Volta as well. So much
That's
hype
so
around it, and it was,
I don't think I've ever
honestly,
played it.
Have you
So-
not? Nah.
I think I only played it in
I played
the
it
demo.
once.
Not touched it once in the full game.
I played it once and it was against Peter because we were drunk. But that's another thing. Aye, FIFA Street 4 was just that was quite a childhood game as well.
Very nostalgic.
Fuck, I've got updates. Aye. It was very nostalgic. Just breaking out all the skills. Felt so good.
I'll be honest, I'm still waiting on
destroying
Roblox
something,
2.
Roblox. Fuck up. So that's quite good. Or maybe like a classic God of War Greek. Like God of War 4.
Aye, I know what you mean.
Going
I
back
do know
to
what you
Greek
mean.
mythology.
When well, they've killed everyone, what can they do in Greek? Everyone's dead.
They can, but they could probably do something with it. Like, it's
Am
not
I
impossible.
one of the only people out here that's desperate for a Knights of the Old Republic? Like Knights of the
I haven't played it.
3.
I know it's good.
I've not played
People love it.
It's been so long. It's like that and Empire at War. You'll see like me playing Empire at War like all the time. Empire at War came out in 2006. Like, and it's like 97% positive. There's a massive mod community. This thing has never gone away, but it has always hurt me the fact that you can only play two player campaigns in it.
That's fair.
So you can
Oh,
do,
you
like,
know.
multiple people battles, but you can only do like one, even though there's like 3 factions, and you're just like.
See, I'm sitting thinking about this question, and I genuinely like right now because I'm terrible at thinking about stuff that on the spot. I'm trying to think of games that like don't have sequels that I want, right? But all I can think of like is right now what Jane said, Skate 4. However, this is kind of a cop-out answer. I want another good Halo game that's not 4, 5, or 6. Let's fix quicker eventually.
I want one before Reach. I genuinely.
That's true. I'd do that.
I
I'd do that.
said this to you during playing that they hint so much about all the stuff that Noble Team's done and that Noble Six himself has done, right? But they never tell you anything about it, so they have a genuine blank canvas there that they could literally do. I don't know, maybe 3 games set before that. I don't know, stick them elsewhere. Like, there is a like galaxy-wide conflict going on. It's not as if they're
True.
like trapped for room.
Very true. Very, very true.
Covenant for quite a few.
I don't know if this
like,
next one's
months
going to be
now.
good.
I'm not too sure that it will be. I want to hold out.
Nah, I don't think so.
After the kind of last one, I'm just like,
I know. God
don't
knows.
care for Locke or whatever he's called. Straight not in.
Oh yeah. I know what I mean. By the way, I've just thought something randomly there. By the way, that's quite a decent question. Everyone's here's played Minecraft, hasn't they? Or like some point in their lives.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Of course, I get it.
Aye.
Jaden's shy at it.
Are you bad at Minecraft?
Exactly.
Oh, I'm awful. I'm awful. I'm just awful.
Kieran, have you played Minecraft, haven't you?
Yeah, I've played Minecraft, yeah.
Aye, talk about that for a little bit.
You'll just dig straight down, then you always.
I dig straight down all the time.
And you die, don't
I
you?
don't know how you can mess it up.
That's like the first rule of Minecraft, don't dig straight down.
Boring.
Even says it in the menu.
I see you need to be good at it, Jaden, I'm kidding.
Right, what was the question?
Just like, I don't know, because I felt like everyone had probably like calling game everyone to play was Minecraft, so I was just going to say, what things happen in Minecraft, or what have you done in Minecraft?
Died a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not a fake laugh, no. That was not a fake laugh.
Giant cities across several Xbox 360.
I know, you have made so many fucking things in Minecraft, it's insane.
I built a mansion out of dirt a couple of months ago.
That's
How can you keep dying but you can do that?
What?
It's like that.
I know, but how can you make a mansion out of dirt but you keep dying constantly?
I don't know. Under my mansion, I had a guy who was a zombie who I made sell dirt for me. I had a mansion of my business was to sell premium dirt.
Fair enough.
We went out of business. No one wants to buy dirt.
Oh
I
man.
can't imagine it's such a scarce material.
Oh no, exactly.
No, but we had premium dirt, Dave. Not your run of the mill coming down under your feet dirt.
Alright.
The high quality shit. The high
Dirt so good
Is
you
it?
could snort it.
Put it in a wee baggie and everything.
Dirt.
Designer gear dirt, man. There's Stone Island badge on it.
What was your business called?
Was GML's Dirt Emporium.
Dirt Emporium.
Ah.
Fair
Also, I would also like a sponsor on this.
Shut up, Paul!
JD Pops deliveries. They
True.
deliver to you in one day, and they're just better than Hermes.
What the
Fuck
fuck?
him.
Ben's fucking better than
Hashtag
Hermes.
fuck him.
Just
A
gotta
pigeon
say,
carrier's better than
that's-
fucking
that's-
Hermes.
that's not a-
Hashtag
that's not a
fuck
real-
Hermes.
It's not a real thing, but yeah, fuck Hermes.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
but-
yet.
It is coming eventually.
Better come.
Don't have
December
genuinely want to
2020.
kill.
This
I
podcast is brought to you by God.
So rich.
Uh,
She is so rich. And I'm going to get her to invest in.
You're not wrong.
She's going to
Today we're
invest
going
some
to be
millions
dead.
into.
I'm gonna invest in Slackcoin.
What?
Can I just say, even though we went off subject about this about 9 years ago, and then we going off tracks about the Halo, I want another kind of like original Assassin's Creed game because
That's
fuck
fair.
Yeah.
Fuck the new ones.
The new ones, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of new ones.
They're so. Ever since they brought out guns, I was so.
I just remember Swanton bombing into a fucking big pile of hay.
That's probably the most classic thing. Yeah. What was the last game did you play, Kieran?
Assassin's Creed 2.
I mean, I've got Assassin's Brotherhood, but like, I've generally never owned a game. I've just remembered like being at my pals house and playing it with them. But I've only owned it one, and I've only played it like once.
Brotherhood's my favourite.
All played Assassin's Creed then.
Yeah.
I think so.
What's
I've
your
not played them
favourite?
all.
To an extent.
What's
Oh,
everyone's favourite Assassin's Creed game then?
Three for genuine Assassin's Creed, or 4 for the pirates.
That's true, actually. That's a very good point.
4 wasn't a good Assassin's Creed game, but it was a great pirate game.
Was Syndicate Pirates?
No, Syndicate was the one in London.
I know it was, but was it like?
Oh, I had that. I didn't like that. That came out after Unity, I believe.
Did not.
Aye.
I didn't like.
I
I wasn't a big fan of Unity, but
I didn't play any other Assassin's Creed after the third.
I've got to say Brotherhood of
Assassin's Creed
4
3.
for me. Brotherhood of 4.
I like Brotherhood. So.
Black Flag was the pirate one.
Yeah, we know that, Dave.
What really annoyed me about
I'm not
Black
gonna lie, I quite like the Altair one. Assassin's Creed.
First one.
Aye.
Fair enough.
What
Jane, what annoyed you?
ruined Black Flag for me was you could do online missions, and the
Oh,
online
yeah.
missions carried on into your like actual money in the game, and there was 2 missions where you get like 40,000, whatever it was, and it was the easiest mission ever. So I genuinely, you genuinely have like all the best stuff.
Wait, was that indefinitely in Black Flag? Was that Unity?
Oh shit, I might have been Unity.
Because Unity, it was the first game you could play with other people in Assassin's Creed, I think.
No, Brotherhood was.
The Black Flag, wasn't it?
No, but like in Unity, you could actually do missions together. You couldn't really do that. There's multiplayer, but
right,
in 2 to 4, like, you had to go find people hiding in
I
the
used,
crowd and
I
try and
used to
kill them.
love that
Uh,
on Brotherhood.
I remember
I played that a lot.
Ah, I know what you mean. It's good.
you have to go into an art gallery and steal a painting.
Yeah, I know what about it. That's Unity. Unity was the French one.
Aye, thought so. But aye, that one. You genuinely had like all the best stuff, so it kind of ruined it.
Did any of you play like the spin-off ones, like the China
No, I seen it. I never played it.
China wall, and like, you get a Russian one, and you get an
I seen it
Indian one,
advertised.
stuff like that.
The point.
I've never actually went ahead and bought it and played it.
Origins, Odyssey.
Oh, what's Origins again?
The Egyptian one.
Oh, I
There's
don't-
too many, man. Oh, there's so too many.
the
Also,
Valhalla one looks.
it looks good. It does. I will say the trailer.
Yeah, it looks good.
I won't say it's like. I will not actually say it's proper good until like I see gameplay. But the idea and trailer looks good so far.
I've heard it's got like similar,
That's
a
in
similar
December
engine
this
to
year.
Origins, which
Mhm.
a lot of people don't like about.
Aye.
Do you think that'll get pushed back because of the current crisis?
Honestly, I think everyone's asking. A lot of games have been told
Yeah.
like they are being
I
pushed
don't
back.
think it'll be. I think FIFA's. People are saying that FIFA might just consider like cancelling this year.
Oh,
But I don't think they will. I mean,
How can we survive at the next
Oh.
FIFA? How can we survive?
You know,
I don't
just play
think so.
FIFA 20 career mode, man. Till I'm 30.
We just need to copy and paste the game over. Can't do it here. Oh no.
You can just do that, man.
I know. But Paul, I think you're interested in this. Was The Last of Us 2 not delayed? Because
I
coronavirus.
don't actually know.
I think it was delayed because I think I
What
can't
was
remember
delayed?
saying that. The Last of Us 2, that's a very popular
Oh,
game that's
wow.
anticipated release, and that was delayed, I think, because of this. As well.
I've actually not even completed Last of Us yet.
Fair enough.
keep putting it off, really.
You should really get into that. It's a very
I,
hard
I
game.
should, It's quite hard though.
Oh no, from what I've seen, it looks like a difficult game, but again, it's probably one of the most story-driven games I've seen as well.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I've heard a lot about it. So.
Aye, I remember the E3 trailer over. I don't know why, right? Because I remember have you actually watched E3 streams before? Because I remember watching the one for last year. I don't think it was last year, maybe the year before, but for Last of Us 2, and they made everyone sit in a barn and wait for the Last of Us 2 trailer to be shown, and did them 10. It was a 10 actually, and then they had a guy playing a banjo. It was really weird the way they unveiled that game.
I think I remember. I'm not too sure. I love E3, but
It's quite hyped up. It is really cool.
It's really
I
good.
do enjoy watching E3.
The conferences are so.
Sometimes a few of us would sit in a discussion chat and watch the E3 live streams.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go to E3 at some point? I think that would be.
That'd be amazing.
I was thinking, are they going to do an online conference?
I mean, that's what Nintendo do, and Sony haven't pulled out E3 last year, which I thought was really weird.
I never watched E3. I just wait a couple of hours till someone uploads the cringe and weird moments of E3.
That's quite funny. Have you seen Phil Spencer moments? Like he walks into a crowd, people stare at him like it's God.
I'm going to make a new Twitter just out of context E3.
It's just Tom Howard we're sorry about Fallout 76. And he also apologised about Battlefront 2 as well. EA done that as well. We know we screwed up Battlefront 2. That's always funny.
Tom Howard's my guy. Big up, Todd.
Big
up, Todd.
We know you liked Battlefront 1, and we know you hated Battlefront 2. So get ready for Battlefront 3.5.
Are they fully doing online conferences though?
I don't know, because for years Nintendo have done the Nintendo Directs on E3, and they'll basically do an online stream of their E3.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, this year it'll be online because coronavirus, obviously.
If they're all online, we could do our own coverage of them.
Oh, Picard there, what'd you say?
If they're all online, we could do our own coverage of them.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm looking at it right now, and it says Ubisoft on the July 12th at 12 PM.
The Chalk Eaters have made a Tom Howard song. It just works. The Bethesda music.
It just works, little lies
Now we're cooperated. Wow, okay.
Yep.
Great.
It's not that good, my singing, I'll tell you.
Can I just stop doing anything online with anonymous bug?
Oh god, that's a fucking old thing, Christ.
Just as long as you've not got a dodgy past, I think you're sorted, do you know what I mean?
Aye, but you're at London, aren't you? We've got a dodgy.
That's me fucked,
You and Jane are both fucked.
I want to see more about the PS5 really.
They're meant to unveil it tomorrow, but they pushed back the release date, the reveal date.
I want to know what's happening with the new Xbox, just so I know.
Jane, there's a lot of information about that now, just Google it, watch a YouTube video about it.
Yeah.
There's not a lot, because I want to know if it's worth me getting a new Xbox or just buying a PC.
I understand that. Really, it comes down to, will they have good exclusives this generation?
I think it's all down to the pricing of the thing as well.
Aye, well supposedly it's meant to be 400 or 500, supposedly.
Aye, but I don't want to pay 500 quid for a fucking console.
To be fair, it is very powerful in terms of hardware. It's actually, someone compared actually to build a PC with the same parts, and it's actually is cheaper going with the Xbox with just parts and that. It's really powerful. But now anyway.
The controllers look fucking decent as well.
The controller, I've seen some. They look decent, but I wish they look so similar to last gen. And I miss when controllers were different from each generation. It looked really cooler. If they're really really similar. I do like the current controllers. They're really good, but I just wish they were a bit different.
Controllers are the best controllers ever.
No.
What is?
Even if I bought a PC, if I was still playing games, I'd still use my controller.
If you were playing first-person shooters, you would not use a controller on the PC.
First-person shooters with mouse and keyboard are so much.
It depends. A lot of the first-person shooters have a lot of aim assist now, and that a lot of the PC gamers are hating the fact that.
Aye, that's a big thing in Fortnite. The only thing I know this now is because Fortnite is a big thing. In Fortnite now, because Ninja complained about it, and I seen it on my Twitter feed, and I thought it was funny. Ninja was complaining about how people in Fortnite using controllers and PC actually are better than mouse and keyboard because they have aim assist.
Yeah, no, I'm not joking. It's genuinely cheating. It is aimbot.
That's wild.
This is a wee side note, but I remember a few years ago, I was playing the Vibes V, and this wee fucking guy just called me a ninja. Because my fucking low hair.
Aye.
Didn't even know who I was. I thought he was calling me a ninja. I was like, cheers, mate. Didn't even know who he was.
And then Dan TDM as well.
Right, Dan TD.
Well, does it then? Welcome back to my Minecraft mod show.
Don't even get called Kieran. I'm fucking ninja.
No, ninja, mate. I'm ninja.
I think actually I just kind of hit pretty much everything for this run. Well,
Quite happy with that.
That's a good way to end it.
That was fucking pish. I'm kidding on.
it's not. Yeah, well, we'll see it. We'll
Okay, no, I enjoyed that. That was good.
we'll
That was
look
good.
through it. If it's
Hey,
terrible,
can you edit out everything Jack said this whole podcast?
Jack can edit out anything Jack said at all podcast.
I'll edit out nothing.
Everything you
Jack's just
Wait,
like,
when, who decided I'm editing this?
no, I didn't. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna edit Jack out.
Can you edit out Kieran?
I can.
Can you-
I don't want to send me the file.
keep in the whole start of this.
Oh yeah, no, I'll take that out.
Aye.
No,
No, don't.
If
Put a wee
you're
bit in.
going to-
A wee clip.
if you're going to